The least resistance we can have in our life, the more clarity we will have within the mind, body, and soul. When we resist what's being presented from within to the without, we are going against the offerings that are being brought to us. It could be an offering of destruction. It could be an offering of a change. It could be an offering of liberation. It could be an offering of gratitude. All of this is taking place with and without resistance. But when you are sitting inside of resistance, you are going against the ebb and flow ebb and flow. What's the word I'm looking for? You're going against the ebb and flow currency of what this place is, our own lives and the world itself. But when you're able to move without resistance within the mind, body, soul, you are giving yourself the ability to be open to receive, to be open to give. And it's all happening simultaneously. There is no disconnections between the two. We've perceived a stopping, an ending, a going. But in reality, none of that is even real. It's made up. It's made us believe that there is a stop, there's an end, there's a beginning, or stop, go. You know what I'm saying? It's not real. It's all continuous. So those words that were introduced to us is actually a lie. That it's not real. It's given us the perception of labeling something so that we don't have to. So we don't have to let go. Right? Because if you let go and you release, you allow yourself to move without resistance. But if you hold on and you clutch, you're not allowing yourself to be free. It's recognizing if you are holding on, why are you holding on? What are you holding on to? We have to be able to recognize what we're doing to ourselves. And recognizing what we're doing to ourselves will be presented to us in an infinite amount of ways. It's on us to be open to receive what the infinite amount of ways are trying to speak to us. And it comes all over the place. It's in all directions. There is not a direction that you will not receive from. We are eternal. We are immortal. We are omnipresent. So if we are those things, that means in every direction that you can think of, there is something coming towards you or something leaving you, because it's always in motion. It's always in motion in every direction you go. Follow the path of least resistance. Following the path of least resistance gives you the ability to have a peaceful state of mind, to have a clear heart, to have a calmed soul. All of these things come when you travel in this life with the least amount of resistance. But we also have to learn what resistance is. We have to feel what resistance is. What is it attribute to my life? What are the connections of resistance within my life? We have to understand resistance to know not to resist. If we don't have the understanding of both ends of that stick, you'll never know how to yield it. You'll never know how to actually control it. We're here to experience everything that we can. We are here to be a part of everything that is here. In an eternal state, omnipresent state, Everything. It's all happening. So how are we going to say when something ends and when something's beginning? You can't. There is no justifiable time and place to say that. We think there is, because that's what we've declared inside of this earth realm. This is just physical. But that doesn't mean that's a part of everything. That labeling of a stamp of time in here, but when you go outside of it, that's not there. That's not existing, because it's all ebbing and flowing together. It's the flesh that deems things, that the eternalness, the immortalness knows that is not true. We have to remember what's been told to us here in the mortal sense, in the fleshly sense, is an illusion. It's to take us off course. It's to make us resist something that we know to be true within ourselves. But the only way to get there is by learning about the material, fleshly, mortal things that are here. We have to learn what we are inside of. We have to learn about what this place is to understand how to get out of the thing that we are in. But if we do not want to understand what we are inside of, we will not learn how to get out of what we are inside of. You have to be prepared to constantly learn. You have to be prepared to learn at all costs. You have to be prepared to let go of things at all costs. To release things from within your life at all costs. If you do not do this, if you do not resist, if you do not let go, and you do not resist, expect nothing of the sorts to come to you that you are truly trying to attain in this life. You have to be prepared to let go and release of all things that is asking you to release. And what's asking you is the spirit. And there is no name to this. You can label it God, but that God is just something you want to resemble it as. But is that truly what it is? Nope. That's something we also did inside of this place. We've decided to label things. And we decided to label an eternalness, to give it something of an image or an essence. But the eternalness has no essence. It's forever. There is no label to it. We us, we decided to put a label on it. Which is also giving a discredit to the eternalness. We're putting a cap on something. Why are we putting a cap on something that has no end and has no beginning? Because we want to control. We want to be able to hold on to something. You're crazy. I think you're crazy for doing that. That's not why we're here. We've been told that's why we're here, to hold on to this God, to hold on to this essence of what we call the God of whatever religion, culture you're inside of. But in reality, that ain't coming with you either. Because it's eternal. What you've chosen to say as something as God, when you exit out of this entire thing that we're inside of, you realize that that's just a premise that was placed inside of us, inside of this thing, inside of the simulation that we're in. When you leave the simulation behind, you realize, like, whoa, I never really needed to put a fucking term to that. I never needed to put an image to it. Because the way I see God is probably not the same way as everybody else sees God as in their culture and religion. I see God as fucking just air, really. That's kind of like how I see God. God is spirit. If God's spirit, there is no full-on material representation of what we've declared as God. I don't think there is. It's not there. But that's how I perceive it. I could be wrong, right? I could be completely fucking wrong. But does it matter? It's just a thought. Guess what? That thought was left and it's behind me now. It's gone. Can it be brought forth again? Of course, but then it's going to be gone again. Just like everything else, it comes and goes, comes and goes. We have to be prepared to come and go with what is being presented at all times. Coming and going with things at all times is how we find ourselves in a path of least resistance. Letting things move as they move, go as they go, come as they come. And that gives us the ability to find peace everywhere, to find happiness everywhere, to have love everywhere. Follow the path of least resistance, and you will start to uncover the truths.